And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Always a busy day, of course, and our last show till March 18th. We'll take some time off there, spend some time with the family. And of course, you'll be listening to a lot of the cool stuff we do, a lot of the reruns out there, the Sports Guys podcast.com, and of course, out there too, KKTC True Country 99.9, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. Again, thanks to all the sponsors that made CRS 2024 possible here. And I told you guys we had a good one today, being a Friday. The weekend is here. And I'm going to celebrate 9 days off with some good stuff out there, good drinking, and good family time. Casey Kearney to the program. She's born to rodeo. What's going on?
Hi, not much. How are you doing?
It's been a good week, coming off the Nashville stuff. And CRS was a busy week, and now making preparations for CMA Fest in June, which is to get to be there and have some meetings and just continue to grow
That's
the
gonna be
brand.
fun.
Be fun. It's a great time.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, so glad you crossed my desk there and we get a chance to talk about this single, Born to Rodeo. But before we do that, I wanted to get to know you more as an artist and kind of how music shaped you from a young age and what was the connection to kind of draw you into this thing.
So it really didn't start when I was very young. Like most artists all have their story about wanting to do this forever when they were young. And it really just didn't. I was very much grown and giant pregnant with my third child before I even learned my first guitar chord. And before I started writing my first song, I was mid to late 20s and did it. And then finally hit early 30s. I was like, now or never, I'm headed to Nashville. So I went and recorded my first EP, and
Mhm.
then yeah, now I'm here.
That's a
So
good
just been
time.
kind of grinding.
Yeah, that's the key word right there too, no doubt about it. Tell me about that first EP there too, and how you go through a catalog of songs to choose the right songs for that particular record, and just how proud of you were to get music out into the fans to their hands and kind of develop your sound and kind of get to know yourself as an artist, and then more importantly, what type of artist you want to be.
Yeah, I think that first one, I didn't even really know what I was getting into. And we
Mhm.
had written a bunch of songs, but narrowed it down to what I really could afford to do at the moment. And
Sure.
I had fun. I still play a few of those even today. There's a lot of people, it's their favorite still. But yeah, I don't think I knew what I was really getting into that first one. By the time you go to keep on recording and keep on making music, then you start to figure things out and deciding really more which direction you want to go and embracing different parts of yourself and just different parts of music of the kind of artist you want to be.
Mhm.
So, but early on, I don't think I knew. I think I was just kind of figuring it out still and trying things, which I guess we
What are
never
some of
stopped doing.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges you have to face as an artist? Maybe some things fans don't see. You mentioned making that music, and of course, it's not cheap to make music. It's not.
No, it's not, it's not, and I think, in my life, we have, really kind of just we rodeo hard, and we rodeo all the
Mhm.
time, and so I really am pretty open about it, so it's not something people don't know about it, that we struggle with, just juggling, so just getting quiet time to write, like, a lot of times artists are able to write. Even have I don't have quiet time right now to do this interview because they're over there loading up the horse trailer, and I end up having to come downstairs. So, like, getting any sort of quiet time with my, family and just, it's just kinda Grand Central Station in this house all the time. And so, writing songs and things like that is different, and, we're gone a lot, but I love it. I love the life.
Mhm.
I do. But it definitely presents a lot more challenges where I would be focusing 100% towards music, and instead I'm more like 20, 20, 20 here and
Mhm.
there, you know?
Yeah. That affected a lot of people there, that 2020, no doubt, too. I wanted to ask you about that one, somebody's favorite song, which is across all the platforms. I really got a chance to check out a few songs on there, too, which is really cool. We're going to have a little performance here. 3 songs today you're going to play for us here. I loved Broken Halos. I thought it was fantastic off that record, too. And then, of course,
Thanks.
I Can't Make You Love Me. Tell us about these songs. And I always love the backstories, especially when a good story connects music to the listener.
Yeah, I that cover album was really fun because it was one of those things people are like, "You're a songwriter, why are you doing a cover album?" But I really just had so many different requests for those kind of songs, and they all had a story that went with them. They all had a
Mhm.
reason, and I'm really itching to do somebody's favorite song too, and do another whole version of it, and just different set of songs. Like, I'm ready to do that. Maybe by the end of the year, I'll hopefully be able to have that knocked out. But, yeah, it's just each song was because of somebody else inspired me doing that, or they requested it all the time, or I learned it for them. Every song had a different reason that I did it.
And I love that too. Then in 2020, you mentioned the one there, More to the Story. First of all, I love the title to that record
Thank
too,
you.
because you put out a little bit of work here, you do some stuff there, and there's always that more to the story too, picking the right songs to appear on the right
Always,
record. Waffle House. I
always.
gotta dive into this one. You know I do.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend, that song's been very good to me, and I didn't mean to. When I wrote it on this
Mhm.
weekend. I went away and wrote like 8 songs in one weekend, and it was fun. But I just kind of written it as a joke. It was just kind of a funny little thing I was doing about my friends who told me their story that they got married and then they
Mhm.
slow danced in a Waffle House, and that was their wedding reception. And then people just it kind of resonated, it hit, and then Waffle House put it in all their jukeboxes, and then I became the Waffle House girl. So that's what happened.
How could you not like Waffle House? The American tradition right there too. Just like mom, apple pie, and
It
baseball.
is.
You gotta love those three. Those three
Right,
things.
right.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna talk about this single, "Born to Rodeo," which it looks like you were, no doubt too, because you've got just that sass and just that attitude in your music, which I love so much. You want to start there? Let's play that one. Have you play that one here on the show?
Yeah, sure, sure. I haven't
All right.
actually played it live online yet, just pretty much at shows and such. But can you hear it okay?
Yeah, doing
Can you
pretty
hear
good.
that
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, it sounds
It's
really
picking
good
it up?
too. Yeah, picking it up pretty
Okay.
good.
Okay. All right. Go buckle on the waist of his cinch jeans. Said mama, I'm living on Red Bull and a dream. Deep red clay covers faded leather boots, the same kind he wore when he was 2. I've celebrated wins and cried at bloody falls. After all these years, I've seen it all. But I still see his face as the little boy he was in the saddle, learning his first love. If he never is a legend in Cowboy Hall of Fame, I'll still be right here cheering his name. He can't get enough, oh, it runs through his blood. That boy was born to rodeo. Oh, born to rodeo. Someday a girl will steal his heart away. With this, she'll be some kind of grave. And to compete with the rush and the drive that he had to chase this wild and wandering life. And if he never is a legend in the Cowboy Hall of Fame, I'll still be right here cheering his name. He can't get enough, oh, it runs through his blood. That boy was born to rodeo. Oh, born to rodeo. Sitting up here in the stands, holding my breath, holding my hands, praying for a safe ride. Someday he will know, no matter how far he goes, we're proud of the dream he chose. It always showed that boy was born to rodeo. If he never is a legend in the Cowboy Hall of Fame, I'll still be right here cheering his name. He can't get enough, oh, it runs through his blood. That boy was born to rodeo. Oh, born to rodeo.
I love it. See, having fun here on the Friday with country music at its
Yeah.
best. Born the Rodeo. So this one, when it was all put together, was there a background story to this one? This describes a lot about livelihood, your maybe some upbringing in there, riding horses, and just loving to participate or go watch rodeos, right?
It's very much about my son. It's very much a mama
Okay.
song. And so the whole thing is very much like true story, and it's just our life. And so I did a little video a week or so ago and showed his jeans and thing. All three kids rodeo, absolutely. All three kids all the time. And my husband team ropes and everybody does it. But
Mhm.
that one is just the one that goes really, really hard. And so he was getting in trouble one day and he was like, Mama, I'm just living on Red Bull in a dream. I was like, I'm probably gonna use that in a song, but you're
Mhm.
still in trouble. And so he just goes hard. And so it's one of those things. I don't care how far he makes it. I'm, proud that they're trying. They're out there trying. And I think every mama relates to it, whether it's rodeo or any other sport. They can relate to it.
Oh
That
yeah, no doubt.
you're gonna
I
cheer
got
for
some
them no matter what.
friends that do it as well. She does barrel racing. She's what, 9, 10 years old, and cool to go out here and
Yeah.
watch. My daughter loves to go out and see her perform. She's only about to be 4, but I told her, I said, you can get started in something like that too one day if that's what you want to do. We'll find a way to
Yep.
make those dreams come true too, because barrel racing, not easy to go out there and watch that thing live. And of course, I love going to like the
No.
Houston Stock Show Rodeo if I get to. I went last year, may not this year, but if we get a chance, we'll definitely take it upon that too with all my travels I got coming up. But it's always fun just to see the ladies, man, and even the guys do their thing,
Yeah.
bucking broncos, riding bulls and stuff. And it's a tough. You got to be. So I think the interconnection, Casey, with sports and music is together, because to me, rodeo is a sport, PBR stuff like that. I love watching it. It's fun.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess basically in my thing, I'm living these two lives and I just wanted to find a way to combine them too. I had not written anything about that part of my life yet.
Mhm.
And so basically this just kind of intertwines it where I live in the world of music and the world of rodeo all the time. I'm It's a constant juggle between the two worlds. And so this way they kind of collided. And so when I got to sing at the NFR in Vegas in December, and that was just like, I don't care if I do anything else. I did that. It was so much fun. I loved it so much. It was amazing.
That's a hell of a feat. Congratulations on that too. We'll come back here. We'll take a quick time out here again. KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends up there, hightidecountry.net, our streaming stations in Oklahoma. And of course, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. We'll talk about songwriting, dive into more of that too. But hey, it is a Friday. If you're looking at something to buy, we all internet shop out there too at the same time, especially jewelry. If you want to get Casey some, get me some, or just get you some out there. Your spouse, friend, family member out there. Jewelry by Tommy. If you're looking for that perfect gift, has you covered. You can email burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. BUEHRLE system@yahoo.com. It's handcrafted, handmade. It's jewelry by Tommy, and more to come here with Casey Kearney on the program. Stay tuned. A word from our sponsors too as well. And back in a flash, it is the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by thesportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by thesportsguyspodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here, Casey Kearney on the program. It is TGIF. Of course, we'll take next week off for a little vacation and then back at it March 18th. Jessica Lynn will join us, Rachel Stacy, and a whole week of great programming there. Of course, KKTC True Country 99.9 out there too across our dials and up there to hightidecountry.net, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. You can always catch all the shows archived there. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sports music talk. It's not meant to be complicated. It's just meant to be fun. That's what we do out there. Again, thanks to sponsors for CRS 2024, Show Dog and Friends, raised money for childhood cancer, and of course, OK Kids Corral. My good buddy Alan Price, and a whole lot more out there too. The team effort that was making that benefit possible. Back here with Casey Kearney. I got to ask you, we'll take a question from the audience, which is good there too, because I love this, especially when it comes overseas, all the way in England. David watching out there too. Which artists have inspired your music, Casey, and are you not really out playing an instrument? Well, she's played the guitar right there too. Any other instruments, I guess?
Yeah, I actually ended up learning how to play the guitar and piano and mandolin and ukulele. Like once I started learning one, I just kind of started learning a bunch. I just didn't learn young. And so my skills are, enough to get by kind of thing. But what was the first question? What did he ask?
Saying what artists have inspired your music?
Oh, inspired. So I very much grew up in the 90s country world. And so I love Reba and Trisha Yearwood, all of those girls from the 90s, Faith Hill, all of those. And I mean, I still love, I just kind of love a little bit of everything, but definitely a huge impact were those girls for sure.
Love it too. Another one y'all put out, I got to check out because we do our homework here on the show. Was It You, Was It Me? Was a great song that came out August of 22 when I saw that one too. What was the little backstory of that one?
That one was just kind of a funny song I wanted to write. And it was just kind of when you wonder which one's the crazy one of the relationship, the person who's with them or the actual crazy person. Because, when you see somebody stick it out and you're like, well, are you actually nuts that you think this is going to keep getting better or what? And I'm just kind of a handful anyways. And so I love that phrase. I'm not fragile like a flower. I'm fragile like a bomb. And I just wanted to incorporate it in the song because I feel like it's very, autobiographical, I guess would be the word.
No, it describes a lot in that song too. A lot of things going on too there. I loved another one called What Matters Today. Take us through a little bit of the making of this one.
That was very much I don't always write about like I said with the rodeo, things that are like crazy close. And so that one was about my kids, very much about my kids. And everybody would come to my shows because I live in the Florida Panhandle and I play shows there. And up until the past year, I really didn't travel very much for shows. And they're like, why are you here? And why aren't you in Nashville? And why aren't you traveling? And my town has got one caution light. It's a very tiny town. We have nothing here. And I'm like, I just don't want to miss them growing up, and now they're 19, 17 and 14. So they're old enough now that I'm like, all right, mama's hitting the road a little bit more. So I'm able to have a little bit more flexibility. But when they were younger, I'm just like, I just want to be here for what mattered. And I knew that was what the important thing right then.
The key thing too, like I said, be a mom growing up, you got to make some sacrifices here and there, but when it's time to hit the ground running and do some stuff for you now and get out there as a singer-songwriter, that's what it's about now, right? Because you made the sacrifices, you did.
Yeah, it wasn't their fault. I waited till they were born to find out I could even sing. So it wasn't their fault. I didn't want them to have to pay for it. So yeah, I just wanted to be around and see them, do their things. I love this phase of their life too. I love it. And it's not like I want to miss this either, but I do want to be able to just have a little more freedom to play and travel and, do what I want to do.
I wanted to ask you about this. A lot of the question came up in Nashville last week there for the CRS, and it was a lot about this female movement, or at least I asked the question. Not sure if everybody was expecting it, but you look at just ladies on fire right now. Lainey Wilson, Lindsay L., Ashley McBride, Carly Pierce. So many people are doing their thing out there. Megan Maroney, who we saw at the hotel for one of the shows. I think it's great for country music. Give me your kind of your taste flavor on it too, because we hadn't seen this since that 90s country movement.
You know what? I love it. I think it's long overdue. I think that
Yeah, I agree.
it's been so much, and then even still now, when you look at if you look at the top 10 in the past couple of weeks, it's not like the women are dominating it at the same time, and they're still having to fight as hard as much as the movement that we have. Like they're still having to fight for every single position that they can possibly, fight for. And I think that it's one of those things. I don't necessarily know that I understand it because there's so much women write for women in our lives, and women listeners are a huge demographic. And I don't know, I'm so happy for it though. I'm excited. It's long overdue and we need it. And you're right, it hasn't really dominated like it has since the 90s. And I love all of the ones that are up and coming and all the legends that still get to play, everybody getting to have their, like Jody Messina getting to come back and have another run, you know what I mean? Like I love it. It's great.
That's the beautiful part of it too, as well. You can never count someone out in this business too, as well. Just when
No, you can, especially
they're
in
not.
country music. I think country music, they don't age out as much like they do in other genres. Like country, like George Strait is still, he's the king like he was back in the day. You know what I mean? We love him.
He's awesome, no doubt about it. Well, I know you got song number 2 for us, and I told people I'd like, hey Brandon, be quiet this week. They want to hear Casey sing. I want to hear some music, so we're going to do that here on the Backstage Pass. I
Okay.
talked enough last week there too, as well. Again, Born to Rodeo, the current single, and make sure you guys go check it out across all the streaming platforms. We're going to get to one called Riverside here in a little bit, which I thought was a beautiful message she delivered.
Okay.
Here,
What you want? Do you have a preference? What song?
for me, I just have some favorites there too. But since I'm going to ask you about it, can you do Riverside?
Yeah, sure. That's
All
fine.
right.
This is actually one of the very first songs I ever wrote, and it's the only one I still do. And so
Wow.
it's kind of crazy, really, because I don't do any of the other ones I wrote in the early days, and this one's really, I don't know. It's kind of like I accidentally wrote a decent song. One of my very first songs I ever wrote, because everything else I look back and think they were pretty terrible. But this is called Riverside.
Here we go.
Tonight's long overdue, and we have a reservation for just me and you. At our favorite spot down through the woods underneath the glow of the moon. I need to feel the heat of a fire burning deep, turning into coals that miss us away. We'll be riverside romance and blue jeans, wine and dance, and stars are bouncing off the water. The pine trees, they're just swaying in the breeze. We're playing our old favorite songs. Cell phone ringing, deadlines means kids been screaming. Oh, we just need a peaceful, quiet, secluded place to go. There may not be a maitre d', but this riverbank's just right for you and me. We'll be riverside romance and blue jeans, wine and dance, and stars are bouncing off the water. The pine trees, they're just swaying in the breeze. We're playing our old favorite songs. And you, I need to feel the heat of a fire burning deep, turning into coals that miss us away. We'll be riverside romance and blue jeans, wine and dance, and stars, oh the stars are bouncing on the water. The pine trees, they're just swaying in the breeze. We're playing our old favorite songs. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh, oh.
See, I get lost in the music and forget I'm hosting my own radio show. That's just what happens here on the Backstage Pass when you hear us sing Riverside out there too across all the streaming platforms out there. I just love the ideas for songs and just where they come from. It leads me to my next question too. For you, the songwriting process just seems like it just comes natural to you, or maybe you have to go through a certain, outcome in life to be able to get this, or maybe something comes up in a conversation. You're like, that's a hook. I got it. Take me through the Casey Kearney songwriting process.
I feel like my process is a little bit spastic, honestly. I have we'll be in conversation, and I have a million notes in my iPhone, and I just write them down, and I'll have just a line come, and then it may be 3 months later before I can sit down and get a quiet moment to write it. Like I said, I have to like go get a hotel room and lock myself in there and like finish songs so I can just get, quiet times and get that thing. But the ideas come all the time. Like it's very rare a day goes by that I'm not jotting down 2 lines for a chorus, or in my phone just voice memos. Like I don't know what songwriters did in the 80s and before we had just constant, you know what I mean, like constant things right there so we can write it down and record it because it's there all the time. And I have a long drive to my gigs a lot of times, and I've written more songs on that long drive than anything, truly, because I'll just put them in my phone, and it may be a week or 2 before I can sit down with a guitar and actually make it a song.
I don't blame you. Like I said, that's the beautiful part, is creating something from nothing and just getting ideas, and
It
almost like
is,
therapy.
it is.
Some people have told us like therapy.
It
Getting it out there.
is. It's amazing. Yeah, I love doing it. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite processes. It's one of my favorite things, and just to see an idea start from nothing and turn into this, and Born to Rodeo was kind of a funny thing, because when he said that, I had been working on it, and my friend even said, he's like, you're writing 3 different songs, because I couldn't pinpoint the direction. And as soon as he said that Red Bull and a Dream, I sat down and wrote the thing in 20 minutes.
That's
like
amazing.
it was done, and where I had struggled with it for a couple weeks, and as soon all it needed was that one thing, and I was like, this kid's born to do this. And there it was, and that was it, yeah. I think every song's different, but I really do take most of my inspiration from like people and their stories and life and my life.
I love it too. There's another one I like. We're going to talk about after this break here, one called Better Days, and maybe she'll play that for us. We come back for the audience out there too as well.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Check all the music out across all the platforms, but it is a Friday. I'm going to say it again too, because I love doing it too, and they pay us to say this too, so we got to say it too. If you want jewelry, hey, best place to do it out there too is my friends over at Jewelry by Tommy. If you want to buy, again, Casey, some earrings, I don't know, you want to get something else out there too, from a friend, spouse, or family member too, Burley System at yahoo.com today to order. Jewelry by Tommy's got you covered, BUEHRLE System at yahoo.com. Of course, their sponsors are attached to the Facebook pages there if you ever miss something too. Go check it out. It's handcrafted, handmade. It's Jewelry by Tommy. Quick timeout. Coming back, final segment, one performance. Casey Kearney on the Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys, the podcast.com, also out there, hightidecountry.net, and our friends at KKTC True Country 99.9. Hang tight.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555 at me.com.
The Kane and Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thekatengordonshow.com. Again, that is thekatengordonshow.com.
The bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here again, final segment, final show for about 9 days. We're coming back on March the 18th. Jessica Lynn will be with us, Rachel Stacey that full week, of course. And the Juno Awards are coming up March 24th. Great sound engineer, producer Hill Corcuda is going to join us there. Got nominated for a Juno Award and a whole lot more. And if you missed the great interview with Brantley Gilbert, Casey didn't miss it. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out there as his tour kicks off tomorrow. He also had a single come out called Off the Rails, and it's a banger. And if you're not awake, trust me, it'll wake you up too as well with that particular single and his tour Off the Rails with Demon Jones, Dylan Marlowe, and Struggle Jennings out there too, hitting a city near you. Check it out, BrantleyGilbert.com for tickets, all that good stuff out there. And check out Casey on social media too while we're out there. We just promote all artists that we come in contact with. So all the music. Hey, I'm going to have you play it right now. Can you play a little Better Days? I just think we all need a little bit of positive music.
Sure.
Love this song.
Sure. Actually, I wrote it before the COVID happened, and then SiriusXM actually played it for a little bit on the high, which was really fun. Because during COVID, everybody needed a pep talk that life's not going to stay crappy forever, you know? So anyways, it had nothing to do with COVID, but it was good timing. Days look a little bit brighter. Moonlight glows a little more. Change won't seem so far away. Well, you saw water and the grass are standing on. Raise your hands, raise your glass. Come on, smile, you can laugh. Better days are coming for you soon. Just let go and enjoy the ride. There is peace on the other side. Stronger than the hell that you've been through. Better days are coming for you. Rain's gonna keep on falling. Trains will get off track. The load won't seem so heavy. We let it all roll right off your back. Raise your hands, raise your glass. Come on, smile, you can laugh. Better days are in for you soon. Just let go, enjoy the ride. There is peace on the other side. Stronger than the hell that you've been through. Or better days are coming for you. Oh, oh, oh. Raise your hands, raise your glass. Come on, smile, you can laugh. Better days are coming for you soon. Just let go, enjoy the ride. There is peace on the other side. Stronger than the hell that you've been through. Better days are coming for you. Better days are coming for you. Better days, they're coming for you.
Yes, they are. And June's coming up too. Better days for CMA Fest coming up there too for 2024. So you can jam that one too as well. You said you've never been to that too. This is going to be the first time for me in quite some time that I've done it. And at the Blur CRS was, I can only imagine people coming from all over the world, Casey, to attend this just great event with all the stages and stuff. So this will be a bit of fun. And just the last year or two, it's been back in person. So it's got to be better days ahead for all of us.
It's going to be great. Yeah.
Hey, I remember back in, this might have been something, and call me crazy if it's just off topic, but 2021, we did a little digging, and I've got a baseball team down here I follow called the Houston Astros. They were in the World Series with a team called the Atlanta Braves. And did you play Truist Park in front of a
I did.
I was getting that point because I told you we do our homework here on the show. So you played Truist Park and did some national anthem cool stuff, right?
Yeah, I did it, I think, twice that year. Well, I did God Bless America at the beginning of the season,
Mhm.
and then I did the at the 7th inning stretch, and then I
Yeah.
did the anthem, like, towards the middle of the season, and so, yeah, then when they went to the World Series, I was like, "You're welcome." So, that was the whole they'd not been they hadn't been in decades, and then
Mhm.
that was the only change they made to the whole team was me coming to sing. So I said that's how my grandchildren are gonna hear the story is that I helped them win the World Series.
I love that.
It's not true, obviously,
It's
but yeah.
well, then you gotta look at maybe 40,000, 45,000 people. What was that like? Just looking up in the crowd and going, "This
It
is
was
crazy."
it was my biggest crowd that I had ever done, and I'm very much a, like, "Let's do this," you know what I mean? I don't get scared or nervous, and I was ready to go. But it's so funny because when you're in the middle of that, it's like this sensation of drowning. It's the only way I know how to explain it because the delay and the echo is, like, really intense, and you're like, "I don't wanna mess up a single note," and you're like, what am I doing right now? I remember looking around and thinking, "Oh my gosh, like, what was I
Mhm.
even thinking?" But I loved it so much. And when the cameraman said, "That was top 5 performance, young lady," I was like, so excited. It was the best. It was the best. I was so excited.
I love it. See, I
It was
told you we do a
fun.
little digging here on the show. It's just part of what we do here.
Yeah,
It's
you did. You had to go all the way back. Yeah.
a little bit, just a few years ago too. All right, from where you live, I know for me, I love to travel. One of my favorite things to do is eat, obviously, and I just had Hattie B's for the first time when I was there for CRS week.
Oh,
For you,
okay.
if it's
Mhm.
Nashville or where you go, what kind of food do you like?
So I'm a Gulf Coast girl, and all of our Gulf
Mhm.
Coast seafood that's just fresh and delicious. I love it. I love red snapper and grouper and shrimp and all the things. And when I play down there on 38 Santa Rosa Beach area, I get to eat some of the best restaurants just anywhere. I love it all. It's delicious.
I
That's my
love it too. I'm a
favorite.
Gulf Coast boy here in Texas. I can tell you right now, I love it too at the same time. Give me some favorite shows to binge watch when you sit down and I guess have that time. You're not writing a song.
Mm.
What do you like to turn on?
So you know what we watch our TV is in the truck. We got a magic box and we watch in the truck on the ways to rodeos. And so we watched all 8 seasons of Suits, or is it 9 seasons? 8 seasons of Suits. I love that. I love Reacher. Reacher's from around here in Niceville. Have you ever watched Reacher on
I've seen little
Amazon?
bits and
It's
pieces
so
of that.
good.
Yeah, it's a good show. Good
It's
show, no
it's
doubt.
good. And that guy's from around here. Those were 2 fun ones. Yeah, I like a lot of different ones, but usually we have to find Suits was a very something everyone could agree on
Mhm.
in my house because we're pretty divided on who likes what.
Oh, yeah, but that's a good thing to have a little divisiveness in there too. Give me a dream
Lord.
collaboration for an artist, male or female, you haven't had a chance to collaborate with. Who would it be?
Ooh.
Or
Mm.
one of each?
I would love to anything with Reba, I would love to do. I would love to do anything with Reba. Chris Stapleton would be really fun.
Mhm.
I think that would be awesome. Um, yeah, I would have a whole long list, I think. But those 2 would be up at the top. Or Dolly. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
Dolly. I would love to do something with her.
I think I was with you.
Yeah.
80s, 90s country was where it was when I grew up. That's just my, and I've got to interview a lot of the great artists from that time period and that era, and it's been
Gosh,
pretty
so
amazing too
cool.
to meet those great artists who paved the way for great artists even today, kind of creating their own path out there too. All right, what toppings go on a Casey Kearney pizza? I'm just curious.
Pepperoni mushroom. That's
Oh,
about it.
see, your wife loves the pepperoni.
I'm pretty I actually like pineapple too. So sometimes I like pineapple, but nobody else does. So I never get the pepperoni mushroom. Everybody can agree on
I like that. Good stuff there. All right, the first time you
in my
step behind a
house.
microphone at any level of your music career, what's the first song you got to sing?
It was in church and I bombed it. It was terrible. And I don't remember exactly what song it was. I feel like all of that's phases, but no, this was at church. And actually, even one of the times when I sang by myself, I like had to turn around and sing it like not looking at the crowd. Like I was like this, like singing. It was bad. It was really bad.
Hey, you know what
Yeah,
though?
it
It's
took a
funny.
while to get over nerves.
You'll never forget too out
Yeah.
there too. But you've come a long way since that episode there,
Yeah,
and just looking to put
for
out more
sure.
great music. Born to Rodeo across all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you download or stream music, and check her out for some merchandise if it's there, and of course all the show
Yeah.
schedules, which is there at CaseyKearney.com, Kearney. We even spell it for you here on the show so you get it correctly here.
Yeah, you did.
Backstage pass. Hey, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Glad to put this together a few weeks ago. We definitely got to hang out in person one day and and just talk music.
Let's
I love
do it. It'll be fun.
with this,
Yeah.
and see you live would be cool too. Come out to a show and be a guest of yours and just enjoy the time.
Come to Florida. Come on.
Got to get don't threaten me with a good time. I may have to show up. That's the
Yep. Do it. Come on. It's beautiful.
especially the warmer weather where you're at right now too. And of course, Texas has switched over to the 75, 80 degree range. So I think we're past the last few cold snaps, or it's this weekend's going to be the last
Maybe
cold snap.
so.
So I'm ready to kind of get it going.
Maybe so.
Make sure you check her out, CaseyKearney.com, and of course out there too across all these streaming platforms. Download and stream Born to Rodeo. We're back on the 18th. Jessica Lynn, March 18th, coming up here on the show. So off for 9 days. It's vacation here too for us here. After all
Have
the
fun. Enjoy your
I'm
time.
going to. It just captured a bunch of stuff. And of course, missing any interviews out there, the sportsguyspodcast.com, also KKTC True Country 99.9, of course, 7 days a week out there, 9 Mountain Time. And of course, our friends out there too, HighTideCountry.net. Thanks to all the sponsors. We'll see you guys March 18th back here on the Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys Podcast